At the T-minus 3-minute mark, tape recorders on board the spacecraft were turned on. These recorders record both voice and data.
This is WOMM-LP operating out of Burlington, Vermont, 105.9 The Radiator. Good evening. It's the Rocket Shop. We're back. Feels like we've been away for a few weeks now. I am your host, Tom Proxer, and with me tonight is Andriana, Chobot, and Joshua Glass. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
How's it going, guys?
Not bad.
It's going.
You enjoying the frigid cold weather we're having?
Very much.
Sure.
8 more months to go.
Two snowbirds embracing the cold weather that has been imposed upon us.
I have no heat in my apartment.
I am amazed you've survived the past 2 nights.
Me too.
Thank you for joining us and playing, even though your fingers are probably frostbitten.
My pleasure.
My shoes are wet. That's all.
That's all you got.
Anything else to report?
So I'm billing my broken pedal to you guys afterwards. So, not really. Yes,
Well, we always like kicking off with a song. So would you like to introduce the first thing you're going to play and take it away?
cool. It's a song. It's called. It's very obviously it's called "Treat Me Like a Joke." It goes like this. Never had to aim so high just to be so low. Never had to laugh this hard at your TV shows. Never had to hold it back, so you'll never know I wrote them all. Don't forget to tell me which of your crumbs are mine. Don't forget to send to hell what I call divine. Don't forget to leave it all behind, 'cause I love the fall. Just treat me like a joke. Just treat me like a joke. Just treat me like a joke. Crush me while I'm low and then I'll light it up. Honey, could you drown me out when I disagree? Honey, could you listen a little less patiently? Honey, being out of place is the place to be. You can't prove me wrong. Every time I go this way, I'm a-going down. Every time I take a taste of the turnaround. Every time you throw a line when I need to drown, I'll be singing the song. Just treat me like a joke. Just treat me like a joke. Just treat me like a joke and crush me while I'm low and then I'll light it up. Just treat me like a joke. Just treat me like a joke. Just treat me like a joke and crush me while I'm low and then I'll light it up. I'm ever wrong. If I thought I'd make you smile, I'm never quite this long. I think that's enough. Honey, could you listen a little less patiently? Honey, could you tell me out when I disagree? 'Cause honey, being out of place is the place to be, and that's what I love. Treat me like a joke. Just treat me like a joke. Just treat me like a joke and crush me while I'm low, and then I'll light it up. Just treat me like a joke. Just treat me like a joke. Ooh, yes, treat me like a joke and crush me while I'm low, and then I'll light it up.
All right. Treat Me Like a Joke by Andriana, Chobot, and Joshua Glass. So is there a term for both of you? Or is that the title of you two as a collective?
It's a good question. So that's actually Josh's tune.
Okay.
We sing on each other's songs.
Yeah.
But they're kind of becoming our songs, but copyright-wise, I don't know. Well, mine aren't under copyright yet, so anybody listening to this could steal that one, you know. But
Yeah, it's more of like a celebration of music at this point.
celebration of
from-
each other, kind
Exactly.
of.
Yeah. High five.
It's an air high five that became a real high five. I think
Yeah.
it was. Yeah.
And
Because-
so like, you know, we cover some of his tunes and then we cover some of mine. We try and see, you know, what meshes, what doesn't, some harmonies, perhaps extended solos, because we have this other person there to fill in gaps and fill in sounds and fill in bass. And
And we need to fill in 2
strings
hours
and-
too, you know.
Yeah,
so.
that too. Yeah, so that helps.
Yeah.
So you're two separate individual singer-songwriters who happen to play with each other
Yeah.
on each other's tracks every now and then.
Just recently, honestly. you
Super
know.
recently.
So yeah, tell me a little bit about your history. How did you two come together and start performing together?
Facebook. I've been like kind of memorizing this. Actually, I had to go back because it was actually in the Facebook comment section, which is kind of not the first thing you think of when you think of like friendliness and collaboration and understanding and that kind of stuff. You know,
Right.
like but more it's like I kind of came out of like a deep freeze, I'm affectionately calling it, you know, and decided to start playing music again. And I was starting to, I believe, announce, hey, I'm going to play some house concerts, actually, where, you know, you get invited in somebody's home and, you know, the suggested donation, family, friends, anybody who's in the area comes there. But I needed a tagline that was a little bit less creepy than, please let me come and play in your living room, you know, kind of. And then Andriana chimed in with yeah, you know, if you need someone to make it less creepy, call me up. And then I'm like, yeah. And so then I think we both messaged each other and we were both kind of praying that we were both being serious in the exchange, but it became like a dueling pianos thing. So now we're being creepy together all the time. So
Creepy.
yeah.
Yeah.
So as you said, it's like a dueling piano kind of setup you've got going. Does anyone win at the end of it? Do you?
Oh, that's a great question, and I won't answer.
We'll have to find out. Yeah. It's always
Yeah,
me.
you'll have
It's
to
me.
you'll have to
It's always
come
me.
and no.
Well, when you think of dueling piano, it's kind of like dun 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 doo 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 doo. So we've kind of repackaged it like as a piano duel, which is kind of like a little less warlike and more kind of like together. You know, we're in this together. kind
And
of
I'm really
fighting for the good
surprised that
fight.
Vermont doesn't have any kind of piano lounge type bars. There's like not a scene there like here at all. And it's a thing like around the world. Like people like go and see like lounge people and like, you know, put in their request for Piano Man and get
which we will not
surprised
play. Just putting it out there.
about
Yeah.
and everybody sings along. But you know, like that's definitely a scene that we're trying to kind of, I guess, fill a little bit more, you know, the swanky piano bar lounge scene.
We're I'm a little nostalgic, I guess, when I think about that because I think that's existed in a lot of different forms as an quote unquote old timer, using major air quotes if anybody's just listening and not looking at me. But there was I believe in Parima, which was now the Three Needs there was a listening room in there with a big grand piano that I got invited to play once in a while. And you didn't even have to plug in anything for amplification. You could hear everything so crystal clear. I think those kinds of places are kind of just disappearing, not only, in the scene that we live in, but all over the place.
Well, just hire a DJ.
Yeah.
Super easy.
Right. And we love DJs. No, we're not going to. Okay, Boomer.
What? Sorry.
Nah, we're slowly going to not evolve into a DJ set probably, so, but no, really, it's all about, bringing the love, man,
Yeah.
So, but I think we just had our first show at Deli 126 on College Street, which I think is the swankiest. Put that in the swank bank. It's a very it's very vintage. It looks like it's there's like a stage for stand-up comedy, and just bring your drink there. Look at people being pretty and awesome. So yeah, it was good.
It's a lot of fun.
Of all the venues in Burlington, I would pitch a piano bar. I think Deli. I can never remember the numbers. Deli 226, whatever, is probably the closest to it. Although obviously you guys have seen a gap in the market here to open up your own bar with a giant grand piano in it.
Oh dear! All right, let's lay down that down payment.
Or two, if you're going to continue the whole dueling piano thing. And Andriana, you came out with an album in 2014, Cascade. Is this collaboration with Josh bringing you back into the scene, or have you been working since 2014 on other things?
That's a good question. I have kind of been a little bit hesitant to record something else. As far as the scene, I've been kind of quietly, leisurely doing my thing with a trio locally, and also slightly not locally, but it's mostly been rooted in jazz, very chill kind of gigs, and I play with two very talented musicians, usually Cody Sargent and Pat Markley, who are solid guys as well. And then that kind of allows me to introduce a new song in a very chill environment, very low key. And then I get these amazing musicians to be like, oh, yeah, and give me ideas and kind of collaborate on a very low-key type of scale. But it's still performing, and it's still kind of getting the word out without any pressure, which is great.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And Joshua, you said you kind of coming out the deep freeze yourself. Very not quite appropriate actually for this time of year.
It was a year-round deep freeze, 5-year deep freeze. I actually, Andriana was really I can implicate her in dragging me out of it, kind of kicking and screaming when she invited me to a singer-songwriter circle at Nectar's, to perform. And I was like, wait, I don't really have a functioning piano or a functioning kind of, artistic, sensibility anymore, So, at least that's what I thought at the time, that deep freeze kind of was, it was right after. It was actually right around when Andriana started making some music. I come about an album before that. I actually came out with a couple albums between then, which nobody really was able to, buy or you kind of had. It was just kind of underground, man. But really, I was just I think just too cheap to to produce it and do all this stuff. But basically, this is this album I'm working on right now, which is going to be called Smile Off the Clock, and it's going to be released in early 2020. It's kind of the first time. A lot of those songs have actually been, this is their final form. And so it's kind of my own greatest hits kind of thing, So, but.
You look a bit young for a greatest hits already.
If you card me on the way out, yeah, it's great. So, great, kind of these are the songs that kind of I started to record at one point, but then I was like, nah, and then, it's some that I came up with in between. So it's kind of I don't know, it's kind of a personal kind of compilation thing for me. I kind of loathe the concept record thing anymore, because that would require somebody to listen to an album in full, which not a lot of people do these days. And it's God bless the people who do, but I'm all above all, it's about something that that you can remember, something catchy. I'm all about the hooks, so no matter what the order of the songs is, just ooh, there's a song. Ooh, there's a song. Oh, yeah, I'll put them together. 3 at a time, 4 at a time, 13 at a time, So.
Is Adriana, are you going to play on Josh's album? Or Josh, are you going to play on Adriana's next album? How does that work going forward? Am I asking too many
I'm really
personal questions?
self-conscious about my process, and I've told him this. Perhaps that might happen if he tolerates me.
See, and I interpreted that as being like, oh, you're like, oh, I'm not used to being like in the background. So I was like, well, fine, So then we kind of made up, and we're like, okay, I'll be on your album for one song if you be on my album for one song.
Yeah.
It's official, I guess. So
Cool.
there's gonna be a lot of cool people. There's gonna be quite a few awesome people who are.
Yeah, you've
helping
got
me out
some
with this kind
guests
of
on the
thing.
list, man.
Yeah. I can give a shout out to Mr. Matt Soraka, who's currently helping me produce it. Sean Witters helped me begin the whole thing. We got Aaron Flynn on bass, Simon Plumpton on drums, Andriana Chobot on vocals. What? Sorry, what was that? No. We got some. Yeah, we got a lot of cool people who are helping out, and it's been.
Have you started recording it already?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
fantastic.
about 90% done.
Oh, wow. So you're not even just in the middle of it. You're just crossing the T's and dotting the I's at this point.
Kind of, yeah. And now we're just kind of, making sure those are final. They're just basically, they got to take these songs away from me before I edit them one more time. That's what I was doing in between then, because on paper it's actually, like my first full-length album, though. Like I said, I would just take these songs that were floating around and, mess with them and pretty much give out a different version of the CD every show I was doing, So, but that was more not only just kind of be underground and hip and stuff like that, but just so I wouldn't be held accountable for making music, I guess. It's like, hey, how's that album that you did? It's like, I'm not playing anymore. What are you talking about? That never happened.
Oh,
but
Josh.
now it did happen. It's happening, and it's going to keep happening.
Literally going to
So,
be on the record now.
Yeah.
Well, I'd love to hear another song, either from the new album or anything that you've been creating, Andriana. So, what have you got for me?
Yeah. This tune is called Galaxy Eyes. It's my newest, but kind of my most precious in a way. I saw the movie about Stephen Hawking, the dramatized version, and I got really freaking depressed. Mostly just because of this brilliant man's kind of attitude, even though it was very a frustrating type of life. He did such amazing things just sitting there. And it kind of put me in the perspective of, oh my God, what am I going to do with my life? But such beauty can come in the most unexpected ways. And I kind of wrote this spatial tune for him.
All right.
I'm tempted to give you more. Your arms reach out to higher cause. Your orbit has me pulled in infinite stars. Ultraviolet soul. Diffraction in my vision, the halo I've been missing. Your galaxy eyes are on me. Your galaxy eyes are on me. The weight of your bearings is all I want. Follow the leader and look beyond. Your orbit has me pulled in infinite stars. Ultraviolet soul. Diffraction in my vision, the halo I've been missing. Your galaxy eyes are
eyes around me. I need your galaxy eyes around me.
All right, Galaxy Eyes there by Andriana Chobot and Joshua Glass supporting. Andriana, I noticed on your bio that you're not just a singer and songwriter, but also an actor. Like, love performing.
Oh, yeah.
So, which one's your favorite medium, and where does the passion derive from performing?
Oh my goodness, that's like 5 questions in one.
Yeah, I tend to do that.
Okay, Tom.
Sneaky.
Yeah, I mean, my favorite medium, I would say, is live. No, I think it's kind of so intertwined for me that it's kind of hard to say, mostly because anything can inspire anything. I mean, I played Tanya in Mamma Mia at Stowe, and that was like this contrasty, very fluffy role that I like didn't need to care about anything, and I was very confident on stage, and it was just a completely different person. But at the same time, you know, when I'm being creative at the piano, I also enjoy it because I can be either myself or, again, a completely other character, or I can, you know, talk about politics, but like not be upfront about it, or like be upfront about it. So I think it's everything. I'm sorry, I didn't really answer your question.
Maybe you had to
but,
see Mamma Mia. Or maybe I did and you didn't know it. So
So is performing as an actor and performing as a musician, do you get the same kind of pull to be up in front of people and performing, or are these kind of comparing two very different things?
I mean, it's certainly different. When I'm in a more ensemble type of a situation, it can be completely different from solo, even if I have like all this control when I'm, you know, doing my own thing. I mean, it's just a different experience being on stage with, you know, 20 people versus 2. And then there's also this interesting rush that happens when, you know, people know the tunes from when they were back in college and are singing along there with you, and kind of, you know, experiencing it in a different way. But you're connecting as well. But again, you know, if it's like a composition or some kind of theatrical piece that you've written on your own, it's up in the air as to how the audience is going to take it in and how they're going to react. So it's very different, yeah.
You mentioned before when we were talking about Joshua's new album that you've got a very specific kind of process when it comes to writing and recording your songs. Could you let us know a little bit about that?
Sure. I'm very.
here's my warning. Go ahead.
Well, I can be very much of a perfectionist during some specific things that might mean nothing to anyone else other than me. So I can like go back and do like one measure of a vocal take maybe like 10 times, and then in an hour I'll be like, no, none of that. We're going back. We're doing it again. And I'll be very unhappy if we don't. Specific things like that. So good luck.
Joke's on you. I'm also a diva.
Oh.
It's great. No.
Wait, you'd call that a diva thing to
Well,
do?
no, I mean, we can talk about how great we are, but also how hard we work and how we need to get, but, you know, more importantly, how great we are. So, but no, I mean, I'm glad that came up because I like edited my own album, like, you know, a million times over. You know, this is like version like 1002 or something like that, you know? So, I mean, I'm going to have to be dragged away kicking and screaming for my own song so I don't change them again, you know? So.
Well, how do you decide enough is enough? At what point do you finally go, right, this is it, and you kind of underline it, or do you have to put that power in someone else's hands?
I guess the power remains in my hands when like my thing with music, I always say that music drives me crazy, but playing it actually keeps me sane. You know, like if I hear a song, I just need to, like, it gets in my head, the chords start appearing, you know, like, and I just need to play it even if there's no music here. And that actually kind of kickstarted my my career here, because I crashed the stage a few times. I'm like, hey, what's up? It's like, can I play with you? It's like, yeah, sure. But you know that it's B minor, then D, then G. I've listened to it like a million times, and I'm a little self-conscious about that, and haven't done anything. Even if somebody invites me up on stage, I'm like, are you sure about that? But I mean,
wish I had that gift, man.
Yeah, no, but no, I was asked to crash her stage just a few days ago. I'm like, no, just stop trying to watch her, you know, while I was seeing her trio and stuff, you know, and plus there's only one piano, so we wouldn't be able to make it work, you know. So, but anyway, it's like, but anyway, yeah, I think it's finished when I'm sick of it, you know. It's finished when I get kind of reluctant to start playing it, you know, and I'm like, well, but then it becomes like kind of second nature, that kind of thing, you know. So, but it's good, you know. It's good though. It's good sometimes to take a step out of your body and just realize that there are things that and ask yourself, like, are you entertaining yourself or are you going to entertain other people? And while I think there needs to be a degree of the first one, you know, I definitely want to be like, here it is, what you've been asking for. Enjoy.
I feel like that lesson needs to be learned by every single jam band ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've only got time for about one more song, unfortunately. But before I let you two go, could you please plug away, let us know where you're playing next, and where we can find you online to find out all the great news that's coming out.
So we've got tomorrow at the Double E.
That's in Essex, next to Essex Cinemas, big T-Rex theater. That's going to be at around 6:30 p.m. Yeah. And then on Saturday, we're getting back here, and just right down the street, we're doing the Skinny Pancake. And that's going to be at 7 o'clock. And
have a crepe, have a drink.
Yes. You know it. You can promote.
Yes,
yeah. And we'll be joined by our awesome person on the drums, Mr. Andrew Bedard, who's like in 18 bands. And dude, if you're out there, thanks so much for playing with us. And there's a drum set right here, dude. What were we thinking? Yes. But he's awesome. He just learned everything in a second, you know, like it's the first time I haven't had to send songs to anybody. He just got them, you know, and we have fun. It's great. And so we're doing that. And then we got, this is the Piano Duel tour pretty much, you know.
Yes.
We've got, if you want to check out what the dates are, you can check either of our websites. My website is joshuaglassmusic.com.
All right.
Yeah, and mine is andrianachobot.com, spelled Andriana. Good luck.
Don't forget the Chobot. Come on.
Oh, Chobot.
Yes.
Well,
but yeah, that's it. That's all I got.
You good?
Yeah, I think so.
You-
I mean,
you forgot the
does
.com
everybody
part.
have my name? I don't even.
Well, we are. I think not good with you is that we have one from one more song, but we don't know which one we're going to do because
Yes,
we both have song. We both have. I mean, we haven't collaborated like on a song that's both ours. We do some covers too, but now we literally have to like flip a coin, I think. Or
Rock,
I don't
paper,
know.
scissors?
So
No?
Yeah.
do it.
Or
No, not yet. That's for.
okay, that one's very special. You'll have to come to Skinny Pancake for that one. This one's called Coffee. There's only so much company a coffee cup can provide for me. The record rolls on, reminding me I'm numb comfortably. God, hello, it's me. I know it's been so many years. I know that I can be your ship from your shore, a shelter from the storm. I'm staying warm, warm. Ha! Staying warm. Sometimes in the morning when I need a cup of kindness and my friends don't come round as often, pick up,
staying warm.
All right, coffee there, be Andriana, Chobot, and Joshua Glass. Guys, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Yay.
Not a problem. All right, stick around because we've got Omega Jade on the show in just a second. We will be right back.